What is up, everybody? Just a Mechanic here, back with another video, and today we're going to be doing an open boxing review on Harbor Freight's newest spray gun, the Spectrum HTE. Now, the Spectrum HTE is a professional grade, high transfer efficiency spray gun that is ideal for clear coat. It's designed for both waterborne and solvent-based paints, while also providing superior volume, delivery, and material savings. It has adjustable fluid control for precise finishes, and it's well-balanced, high-quality, nickel-plated gun. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open and unbox this thing, see what's inside, see what it can deliver, see the quality finish and machining, and overall just give you an overall look at what the gun has anything to offer. And right off the bat, you can tell it's got a very nice nickel plated finish. It feels really good in the hand. As you can see right here, I can pull the trigger with 2 fingers. There's enough space and it doesn't feel cramped up. It is a smaller bodied spray gun. It also is included with a 20-ounce cup, and it is a plastic cup. It also is included with a cleaning brush, a disassembly tool, and a small paint filter to be able to filter any debris that might be into your cup. It also comes with the instruction manual, and they do offer an HVLP with a 1.7 fluid tip. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at the spray gun itself. And honestly, guys, I got to admit, this spray gun is very attractive at first glance. It's got a very nice dark nickel plated finish. It does feel very good in the hand. It really reminds me of an Astro Evo T, I believe. It's got that similar body style, but the finish reminds me of an FX 3000. Now, the knobs are very attractive with the blue anodized finish, and I do like the added touch with the numbers to indicate how much you're opening up. Now, this is the fan control. The knobs did feel a little bit on the tight side, but it is a brand new gun. Now, the gun offers a 1.3 fluid tip with a high transfer efficiency. They also do offer a HVLP version with a 1.7, as I mentioned earlier, but that's more ideal for base coats and primers. Now, I do like how it feels in the hand. The trigger feels nice and soft, and it's very light gun, has a very small footprint. Now, honestly, guys, I really think that Harbor Freight outdid themselves here. Now, taking a look at the cup, it is a plastic cup, but I did notice that the lid only has a few threads on there, and I could see that potentially being a problem, possibly ending up to leaks, things of that nature. Now, it also comes with a wrench tool to be able to take off the tip with different sizes. Also came with a brush and a small filter, as mentioned earlier. Now, we're going to go ahead and really start to disassemble this gun, really start to notice where the quality control starts to be flawed. And first and foremost, I'm going to take off the cap and really start to show you the machine work that Harbor Freight can provide. Now, as you notice here, I'm trying to zoom in, trying to give you guys the best shot possible to really take note of the machined air horns. Now, these air horns need to be, they need to be exact. They need to be precise, because this is what's actually controlling how the air is coming out, how the paint's going to lay out, how it's going to atomize, and this part is critical. Now, I'm not saying that they did a terrible job, but if you were able to notice there, they had some material left over from the machining process, very small metallics, and the horns weren't oblong, but they weren't perfect. Now, we're going to go ahead and look at the spray nozzle. I'm going to be able to wrench this thing right off. I did have this gun taken apart before, so that did make it a little bit easier, but I did struggle to be able to take this off earlier when I first tried it. And going again onto the machining, they actually didn't do too bad of a job at this part right here. The holes are very precise. I was actually fairly impressed with this particular part of the gun. It seemed to be very high quality, and like I said, I was actually fairly impressed. You can clearly see it's a 1.3, letting you know by that indication right there. Taking off the knobs, like I said, they did feel a little bit on the tight side. Could be because the anodized material, and it also is a brand new gun. Also looking at the machining on the spray needle, I didn't see any imperfections at all, but I did notice that it did have a lot of oil on it. You start to see my hands getting very shiny, and I hate when they do that. They put so much oil on these things, it gets hard to clean. Looking into the threads of where the cup goes, you could see some minor imperfections here and there, but I mean, it is a $130 some odd gun. You can see some imperfections on the nickel plated finish. There might have been some debris when they went to go and plate this thing. A little bit of on the trigger, it did seem to be a slightly unfinished, giving you a rough texture. Also the threads on the snout of the gun did seem a little bit on the rough side, but overall this gun seems to be fairly good quality for its price. Definitely comparable to other professional guns, close to maybe twice, maybe even triple its price range. So I do think Harbor Freight did a very good job on this spray gun. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the front of the gun where the baffle seal is. You could tell that it's a hard plastic, and I really struggled to remove this baffle seal. You can also see that there's quite a bit of oil all over the baffle seal, so it's critical that I be able to remove this seal. Now, for whatever reason, I was not able to remove this seal, and that could potentially be a problem. Now, the baffle seal actually slows down the air so that it can be atomized properly. And here I'm showing a little bit of the machining work as far as where the air nozzle threads in. Seems to be, fairly well machined. And now moving on to the air cap. I wanted to give possibly a better look at the air cap. Maybe some of you guys couldn't see it, so I'm going to slow down the footage so that you're able to get a really good look at the air horns and the machining where the air horns are. Now, the holes are small for a purpose, but that's not what I'm looking at. I'm looking at, is there any burrs? Is there any imperfection on those holes? Because those holes need to be perfect for your pattern and for the paint to be atomized properly. Now, again, going on to looking at the air nozzle, like I said, it was actually a fairly well machined part. Now, going ahead and moving to the knobs, the adjustment knobs. Now, they did seem to have a pretty good grip on them. The anodized finish seemed to be pretty decent, so there's no problem there. Here at the gun, I did like that I was able to adjust the fan's pattern with one thumb, and the trigger did feel pretty nice. Definitely felt really good in the hand. So definitely enjoyed doing the review for this gun. Additional things to consider when buying the Spectrum HTE spray gun. Know that there is no other available tip sizes. It is only offered in a 1.3, and its HVLP is offered in a 1.7, but those are the only two tips that you have. Also to consider, there is no air pressure regulator that comes with the Spectrum spray gun. The only type of regulation that you have is on the bottom of the spray gun. to be able to adjust the pressure, and which it kind of baffles me a little bit because you're paying 130 some odd dollars for this HTE spray gun, and the fact that if you've purchased the purple gun for $9.99, you would know that it comes with an air pressure regulator, and the fact that this 130 some odd dollar spray gun doesn't, it's a little bit kind of confusing a little bit. But anyway, we'll disregard that one. Also, another thing to mention, the CFM on this spray gun. Although the CFM wasn't mentioned on the packaging, it was listed on their website, and the CFM for the Spectrum is 11.8 CFM. We're going to go ahead and round that up to 12 CFM. So for which most people with smaller air compressors are going to struggle with painting larger panels. Typically a smaller air compressor, you're going to have somewhere between the 4 CFM all the way up to maybe 7.5 CFM, somewhere around that range. So don't be going in thinking you're going to paint your whole entire car with a small air compressor with this gun, because this gun is an air hog. Now that is not to say that people with smaller air compressors can't paint with this gun, but just not larger panels. Maybe smaller panels like a hood or a door or something like that. Some smaller jobs like that. Possibly a bumper with intermittent compressor going on and off. So on a rating system, what would I rate this gun? I think I would rate this gun at a 7 out of 10, being for its price, for its availability, for overall quality. Although it does have some minor flaws, I'm being kind of harsh on the Harbor Freight paint gun, but I think it's worth its price. Also with a 20% off coupon, I did, however, get this gun on sale, so I ended up purchasing it for $99, and that is not using the 20% off coupon. I'm sure if I used the 20% off coupon with the $99 deal, I'm sure I could have got it for somewhere around the $80 range plus tax. So those are some things to mention. So if you were able to get it for around 80 some odd dollars, I think this is a steal of a gun. Definitely recommend buying this gun. Yes, it does have some minor flaws. Was that to be expected of a Harbor Freight gun? Yes, it was. But overall, I think they did an awesome job on this gun, and I would recommend this gun to just about anybody. Somebody that's just starting to maybe be an apprentice at a paint shop and wants a good starter gun. I think this is a good gun for you. A DIYer that has a little bit of painting skill, or somebody that wants to learn how to paint, I think this is a perfect gun for you guys. Definitely a good starter gun. It's not too expensive. It's definitely going to lay down the paint really well, especially being in high transfer efficiency gun. It's hard to get a spray gun this good for that cheap. And with that being said, that's going to be a wrap for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please give it a thumbs up. I do have a proposition for you guys. If I end up getting 50 likes on this video, I will be doing a spray gun shootout where I will be comparing the Harbor Freight Spectrum to one of my high-end DeVilbiss spray guns and see which gun sprays better. Till next time, guys, take care. Peace.